What says food photography more than a plate of waffles? I'll tell you what, it's a plate of waffles with some maple syrup being poured over it. But rather than trying to do this with a single picture, I'm going to go for video. And to make it a bit more interesting, a bit more oozy, I'm going to go for slow motion video because that's really going to slow down that maple syrup being poured over and spreading out over the waffles. Now, in terms of my composition here, I wanted a nice contrast of shade and colour of the waffles and the white plate. So I decided to position them against some grey slates. Grey slates are absolutely fantastic for photographing any type of food. It really lets those colours absolutely pop. So I've positioned the camera so that I don't see any of this boring white wall behind it. And I've got the phone locked into position using just a simple tabletop stand. So that's allowed me to frame the shot. And while I was styling it, while I was positioning them, I noticed that we had some circles here and then a circle on the plate and then a bigger circle here. And it's quite attractive the way that these three circles play off each other. And again, it's just about moving it around until it looks the way you like it. I've also slightly pushed back each of these waffles so that we can see there is a stack. And there's only one other technical thing that I want to do here, which is lock the focus and exposure, because I don't want it to get confused as soon as I start pouring or if my hand enters the frame. And on this particular phone, I do that by just pushing and holding. There we go, we have locked the focus and the exposure on the waffles, so we know we're good to go. All I need to do now is make sure that the camera is in slow motion mode, start recording, and then I can pour the maple syrup on. So let's give it a go. Just one last thing before I do start pouring though, you could choose to have the bottle in the frame or out of the frame and just mysteriously pouring the syrup from out of the shot at the top. I think it looks way better when you can actually see it, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start recording, and because my plate is at a slight angle and the maple syrup is going to run away from me, I'm going to aim it towards the front of the waffles here. Let's get it in the frame, slightly sideways, and here we go. Now let's see how that looks. Okay, now it's time to review the footage, and I've got a couple of clips, just so we've got some choice. Now, the thing with slow motion clips is that typically nothing happens for the first few seconds. So I'm just going to wind this on until we can see the bottle enter the frame about here. All right, now let's start playing. So I would actually start this clip, start posting this clip as soon as that syrup is just emerging from the spout. So not quite yet. Now, that's it. And that is a nice thick stream of syrup that's coming down there. And notice how, because the plate is actually angled a little bit away from the camera, see how it's actually pouring out towards the back. It's slightly unexpected motion compared to what it would look like if it was on a flat surface, and that's already giving it a bit more interest. And it's okay. I was rather hoping for more separation between the syrup. It's not bad, but I've got another clip, so let's see if that one is any better. So let's play this one. Now, the bottle is in the frame, but I think I can still fast forward a bit. Okay, now let's start playing it. There was a little accidental drip to start. I remember doing that. And now, this is the point I'd start posting. Now, that to me, look at that. See those three separate sections that are spreading out? That to me already looks visually a lot more interesting than the other one. And then I pour on the other side to make that more symmetrical. The angle of the plate is making that spread out in a slightly unexpected way. There's a nice little drop at the end there. I think that is definitely the one that I would want to post.